Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Good evening. I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. Today is February 4th, and we are going to be doing our fourth profile on this Black History Month. I'm going to hold for 30 seconds and then I'm going in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope you are doing well on this fourth night of our Black History Month profiles. Tonight, we are going to learn a little bit about Dr. Maya Angelou. Okay. A woman that does not need an introduction, but I'm going to be reading an article, a profile piece that appeared in Enscape. So we have here Maya Angelou, poet and activist, born in 1928 and departed in 2014. And a quote that we have here at the beginning of the article goes, because she rose to the greatness despite facing some of life's cruelest hardships. Maya Angelou lived a life just as remarkable as the poetry and prose she crafted in her 86 years on this earth. And it was the documentation of Angela's life that resonated with her audience and earned her a myriad of accolades, including 3 Grammy Awards, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and a host of honorary degrees. Despite horrific periods in her life, Angela rose. At 8 years old, she was raped by her mother's boyfriend. After being convicted, Angela's abuser was found beaten to death. The once garrulous girl from Stamps, Arkansas, silenced herself for nearly 5 years, believing that her voice had killed the man because she identified him to her family. Wow, I never knew why she went into silence. I knew she went into silence. I never knew why. And in all my years of schooling, and I did higher education and a master's, I never really knew why she went into silence. Wow. Let me read that again. Despite horrific periods in her life, Angelo rose. At 8 years old, she was raped by her mother's boyfriend. After being convicted, Angelo's abuser was found beaten to death. The once garrulous girl from Stamps, Arkansas, silenced herself for nearly 5 years, believing that her voice had killed the man because she identified him to her family. Instead, she memor- instead she memor- Instead, she memorized poetry during her silence, rearranging cadence and reciting Shakespearean sonnets in her head. With the help of a teacher, Angela was able to speak again. She used literature. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. My band game is on point. With the help of a teacher, Angela was able to speak again. She used literature to recover from trauma, but got pregnant at 16. She found work as San Francisco's first African American female cable car conductor and later worked in the sex trade and as a calypso singer to support her family. Angelo spoke honestly of her experiences, unashamed to walk in her truth of the past. Later, she joined the Harlem Writers Guild and, with help from friend and fellow author James Baldwin, went on to write I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings in 1969. drop a bomb on that. And I'm sure we all read that in school. I've actually had to read it a few times. The first in what will become a 7 volume best selling autographical series. Autobiographical series. I did not know it was 7 volumes. I did not know that either. Nearly a decade later, Angelo struck poetic gold with And Still I Rise, a collection that remains one of her most important works. And I think it is important for us to hear Still I Rise. So let me go ahead and play an excerpt of it, and then I want to come back and continue with the profile.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head, lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness upset you? Oh, don't take it so hard, just 'cause I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, I'll rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance as if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear I rise. Into a daybreak improbably clear I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so,
All right. That was Dr. Maya Angelou with Still I Rise. All right, let's continue. Nearly a decade later, Angela struck poetic gold with And Still I Rise, a collection that remains one of her most important works. Angelou was also fearless and determined civil rights activist. Angela was also a fearless and determined civil rights activist, serving as the Northern Coordinator for Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference and working with Malcolm X to establish the Organization of Afro American Unity. Life tried hard to break Angelou, but in the face of it all, still she rose. And this was written by Maya A. Jones. So in school, we went over some of her works. Still I Rise is the first time I hear Still I Rise. I've heard the title and I've heard people quote just a line here, a line there, but I'm going to actually dig deeper into it because I know that every single word, every single line has a unique meaning, and she's trying to convey something with her poems. So yes, Dr. Maya Angelou. Someone I can say that is of my time. You know, somebody I learned in school in real time. So we are going to be back tomorrow again. I'll be back tomorrow again with our 5th profile. We are doing this every single night. Please make sure that you like, you subscribe, and that you share. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.